Hello and happy Thursday, and welcome to another edition of Thursday Thoughts with the Rector. Um, we all know and we've heard plenty from Dr. Anthony Fauci, who is most widely known for throwing out the first pitch of the home opener for the Washington Nationals once baseball season got started again. But more importantly, he is the director of the National Institute for Allergy and Infectious Diseases for our country and has been one of the leading voices of this COVID-19 pandemic and reminding us of the precautions we should take, as well as the fact that we keep learning more and more about it. I came across something he said earlier this week to a group of people where he said, the precautions we take or don't take is not an either or. We're not left with a single choice of either completely shutting everything down or completely ignoring all of the recommendations and precautions. There are plenty of things we can do that are right down the middle that we can do to take care of ourselves and to take care of others that is neither throwing caution or care to the wind, nor is it shuttering ourselves in our homes for the foreseeable future. And as I thought about that and was sort of stuck in my mind a little bit about chapters 12 and 13 of First Corinthians, two great chapters in a great book, and the fact that they are parallel together tells us a lot, not only about the Apostle Paul's theology, but about the bigger picture of the both and of following Christ and serving God. Because in the 12th chapter, if you haven't read these, I would encourage you to go home or wherever you are, pick up a Bible or look it up online. It's not very long, right? It's not even these two full pages right here. But in the 12th chapter, he's talking about what it means to be the body of Christ and how we all have a role to play. We all have something to contribute. We all have some part that we play in that. And he's talking about building up the body of Christ as for the church, for that church community in Corinth, but could also be talking about building up the wider community in which you live, that everyone plays a role, everyone has a particular part to play. And right now, the part that all of us can play is when we are in public places, especially if we can't be more than 6 feet away from everyone else, that we wear a mask, that it protects us and it protects other people also, which leads into chapter 13. And I love how he transitions from chapter 12 to chapter 13. He says at the end of chapter 12, he says, "But strive for the greater gifts, and I will show you a still more excellent way." I love that phrase because then he goes into chapter 13 of First Corinthians, which is all about all about love, right? It's a chapter we hear at a lot of weddings. We've used it at funerals before as well. I think if we just think of it as the wedding passage and about romantic love, we only get one little piece of what he's talking about in that. That all the things we do, not just wearing a mask, but serving other people, being a part of our community, has to be done in love. So it's a both and, right? We are all part of the body of Christ. We're all part of this community, and all we have to give out of that is love. And love, of course, comes from God. God's love flowing through us and out into those around us. So this notion that it's not an either or, that it's not we go be a part of the body of Christ or we love other people. It's that we do both of those things, and both of those things have so much to build on each other. Sort of like what Dr. Fauci said. There's this middle way that's neither everybody shut down at home or everybody ignore all of the precautions. We come to the middle and we find ways to build up the community, build up our neighbors, and we do it all in love. And as our presiding bishop said, if it's not about love, it's not about God. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you'll take some time to read chapters 12 and 13 of First Corinthians and read them all the way through. Read them in one setting Maybe read them out loud. Maybe call a neighbor. Read them to your pet. Read them to somebody else in your house. But read those through and see how all of that flows together, how we are the body of Christ and how we build each other up in love. So take care of yourself, take care of your neighbors, and have a great rest of your day.